There is always something crazy going on in the gaming sphere, and recently is no different. From new game announcements, new releases, and even new updates, the gaming world is constantly changing, and it's amazing to see. So, stay tuned to today's video as we are discussing Ubisoft shutting down online services for 90 older games. First up, we have Ubisoft shuts down online services for 90 older games. Multiplayer servers are something every game nowadays has in some shape or form, from inbuilt forums to online combat between players. Even some single-player games have multiplayer aspects or modes that need these online servers to keep going. As we move further into the future of gaming, older games are slowly losing their online servers as it's too expensive for the respective company to keep running at full force. Recently, Ubisoft decided to shut down some of its older game servers to make room for future projects and to make their current games even better than they already are. Their original game online servers were named Ubisoft Connect Services, and games that use this are being shut down for cost. These games are still available to play and received awards, but you cannot receive them in-game. Nowadays, games are on Uplay, so these older rewards can't be used on anything now. Some of the affected games are Assassin's Creed 2, Beyond Good and Evil, Far Cry 2 PC, Far Cry Blood Dragon, Ghost Recon PC, Heroes of Might, and Magic 5, various Just Dance titles, Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, some older Rabbids, and Rainbow Six titles, Rayman 3 HD, Rayman Legends PC, and many others. All of these titles are old and not played online by many at this point anyways. Many of these games are for the PS2, PS3, PSP, Wii U, and Xbox 360. Whilst it's sad to see their online connectivity removed, these games are still playable in every other aspect, so it's not the end of the world. Let us know down in the comments below what you think about this happening with Ubisoft and even other companies. And now, on to some other gaming news. Next up is why Meta is looking to the video game industry for metaverse inspiration. The metaverse is trying to be many things, but the biggest platform it's seemingly taking notes from is none other than Roblox. Roblox has gone from a joke of a platform to becoming its own gaming engine, where some insane games have been made and are supported for long periods of time. The hub aspect of Roblox is what the metaverse wants to become, and they are trying to turn their platform into a Roblox-type product. So far, they have created Horizon Worlds, which has hub aspects similar to Roblox and is the closest thing to Roblox that they can get right now. They also have their own VR social space, which is similar to Rec Room, Roblox, and of course VR Chat. They are also monetizing this platform just like Roblox and other platforms, which makes complete sense as it's going to make them lots of money. The best thing that the metaverse can do is either buy Roblox and integrate themselves into the platform to make something that stands out. It's hard for people to grasp onto the concept of the metaverse because it's not a simple thing, unlike Roblox and other platforms. If they make the entry much easier, then more people are going to grasp it. The other larger and more important matter is the player base. The reason why Roblox succeeds is that it's targeted children and young adults. It's a space for them, not adults most of the time. Metaverse is marketing itself to adults and other groups, which don't have the same market as Roblox. It's going to be hard for them to get things working, but in the end, it might be the start of something incredible. Let us know down in the comments below what you think of the metaverse and its other aspects. Next, the top RPG games you need to play. Persona 5 Royal is the re-release of the game Persona 5, but with some new features and new story content. This game is well regarded as near perfect, or at least just outstanding. The game has you take control over the protagonist Joker and collect personas on your journey to defeat the enemies in the game. It is a Pokemon-like system, and you need to collect them all to get even better personas. This game has an amazing story with some awesome characters. It's overall just amazing, and you should really play this game when you can. Persona 5 Royal is just a perfect game, and any RPG fan should play it at least once. The next game is pretty different from what we have had on the list so far. The very popular Stardew Valley is a farming and life simulator game. You create your own character and get to tend to your own farm. You live with a bunch of villagers and get to make bonds and connections with them. It's a really interesting game and has some amazing elements. There is also a really cool dungeon crawling part of the game as well, which shakes up the farming simulator style of RPG. This game is really good for a chill and vibe out sort of time, especially for those who love farming simulators or village games like Animal Crossing. Check out Stardew Valley. It's pretty cheap on Steam and all platforms. Genshin Impact is a relatively new anime RPG game with some loot box style mechanics to it. The game game is free, with lots of microtransactions, which on paper sounds really bad. But with what you get for free, this game is outstanding. It's got a great story with some interesting characters and gameplay mechanics. It's a really simple game, but with some really hard mechanics if you want to take the time to get used to them. If you want to sink some money into Genshin Impact, you can roll for characters and weapons to increase the size and strength of your arsenal. Overall, Genshin is just a great game to try out for RPG fans. The world of video games has been really great over the past decade or so, especially with the RPG genre. Obviously, there were many more games that we didn't put on this list, so please let us know down below what other games you want us to cover. We're being spoiled rotten in this next year, as the releases set to happen are some of the biggest in a while. More RPG games are being released, and with the launch of a Witcher 3 port onto the next generation of consoles, things are looking up. Now that we have the PS5 and the Xbox Series X out and in the world, there are going to be way more amazing games coming soon and being announced soon. The new gaming generation has just started and should last for another few years before the next consoles launch. This generation is yet again the highest powered one, as the consoles are on par with PC gaming for the first time ever. The next few years are going to be amazing for RPGs, as it's become one of the most important and popular genres for gaming. At every conference or presentation from a gaming company, some sort of RPG game is announced. The great thing about the genre is that it's so vague that so many games fit under its wing. There are so many variations of the genre that any game could really fit into its style and suit a different gamer. And finally, Battlefield 2042 is officially dead. Months ago, when this game launched, we said that the game was already dying. The reviews were awful, and the player base just wasn't very large at all, especially for a brand new Battlefield game that was meant to be huge. Early promises and early footage showed the audience that the game was in good shape. Things look great, and to be honest, they actually are. In terms of what the game has for the value for money, it's amazing. The game has so much to do and has more content than Call of Duty Vanguard. So why is the game getting review bombed right now? If everything is fine and the game has some amazing content, what is going on? Well, sadly, the servers for the game are just terrible. The connection between players is downright unplayable at points, and it makes the game a grueling experience the vast majority of the time. The sad thing is that when the servers are fine, this game is amazing. Sadly, the majority of the time, you won't have a smooth time playing Battlefield 2042. Even nowadays, the game still runs poorly, and that's also probably because no one plays it right now. The game had problems handling a large number of players, so now that people don't get into lobbies, it runs much better. The player base is currently lower than even Battlefield 4, and that game is ancient at this point. It's a sad time to be a Battlefield gamer, but who knows? The next game might be incredible or even worse. And that's the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, would you please let us know down in the comments section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye!